Welcome to the webinar on Industry 4.0 Technology Adoption for Facility Protection, jointly organized by TAPA, APCA, and Autotoll International. Let me introduce the speakers we have with us today. First, we have Roger Lee, our Secretary and Board of Directors from TAPA Asia Pacific. Michael Wong, General Manager from APCA Hong Kong. Ryan Eng, Director and Founder of APCA Hong Kong, as well as Alfred Lai, Business Development Manager from Autotoll International. Hi Roger, I shall hand over the time to you right now.
Thank you, our partners for TAPA, APCA, and also Toll for joining us, in this particular webinar. I think the key focus of this webinar is actually, we will be emphasizing a lot on what we call digitalization and transformation. As we all know, the epidemic has accelerated digitalization. Whether you're multinational or whether you're SME, the digitalization process had to help us a lot. The reason is that a lot of us work from home, and having this webinar would actually help us to understand a little bit more on the digitalization process, on the transformation, especially on supply chain security, because supply chain security has been always not moving at a very fast pace as compared to many other industry. Therefore, our vision is to help in the digitalization plan for your company to improve your competitiveness and also the productivity of your company. We hope that we achieve this objective. Let me go through the slide. Okay, supply chain security ecosystem. If you look at the ecosystem on security, you have got what we call external threats, vulnerabilities in supply chain, security incidents, damage, and of course, what are the risk mitigation strategy, preventive measures, detective measures, corrective measures, right? All this will come into what we call the security information. And right now, of course, the first part in most of the TAPA sites, a site that involved in TAPA security standard, the first line of call is always the security guard station. The security guard station will be the first line of call, all right? And of course, the security information for security guard is the first line of call, which is very important part of the ecosystem. And of course, in the TAPA standard, all right, there are many areas of requirement in order to achieve what we call a risk exposure for buyer companies, companies that put your goods, your products into your company. So just to have a feel on, I do a very simple poll now. All right, Halim, can you stand by on the poll? All right, can you showcase the poll, the two questions? All right, I have a simple poll to see the audience. All right. Okay, the poll here shows. Okay, can you all just tick? For those who are able to tick, what is the most important supply chain security concern? Number one, theft of goods, counterfeit of goods, piracy, tampering of physical devices, third-party security compromise, or cyber security compromise. That's the first one. Second one, this part of TAPA standard. For supply chain security, what is the most important concern? You can click many. Number one, perimeter, outside wall, office, entry, security system, CCTV, workforce integrity, or security of trucks. Okay, let me repeat again. All right, first one is, what is the most important security concern? You can click more than one. Okay, you have theft of goods, counterfeit, piracy, physical devices tampering, third-party security compromise, cyber security compromise. Second part, in your warehouse, in your facility, what is the most important, you think? All right, perimeter of your facility, outside wall, office and entry and exit door, security system like CCTV, workforce integrity, and security of trucks during transit. Some people use GPS, for example. All right, can you take a simple poll? All right, and then we can find out exactly what are the areas of concern for this particular group. All right, yeah, please tick and then you submit. Okay, Halim, are you able to see people submitting now?
Yes, Roger. Currently 53% have voted.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think all right. I think good enough. Maybe can you share the results then?
Okay.
Okay, we just share
One
the
up to
results.
64%. Okay, we'll share now.
Okay. Okay, let's have a few. Okay. Wow, 82% talk about theft of goods, huh? And then second most important would be 59% talks about third-party supplier security compromise. All right. So the top two is actually the theft of goods, and of course, the second one would be what we call third-party security compromise. I think this is the right, very very good webinar. We're going to cover these two areas very strongly later by our panelists. All right, and of course, the most important under the red color, okay, CCTV system monitoring, 74%. Second one is security of trucks during transit, 71%. Okay, these two will be actually quite important, and of course, workforce integrity. All right, so I think this cover quite a fair bit of what TAPA will reflect, in terms of importance of the security system. All right. So if you look at this slide, what can TAPA offer you? All right. Okay. But before that, I want to have a feel of the audience. How many are TAPA member and how many are not TAPA member? All right. Can you? Oh, thank you, Jai, for the compliment. Thank you, Jai. All right. Can you share the poll on the TAPA membership to see the audience? We want to have a feel. How many of you are TAPA member? The audience. Some of you are guests, right? Some of you first time joining a TAPA webinar. All right. Can you just click yes or no? Very simple. Are you a TAPA member in this particular webinar? Kindly just fill up. All right. So that this panel and myself would know exactly what kind of composition target audience we have, so that we can focus on certain areas. Halim, have most of them filled up already, about 50%?
Yes, Roger. Now 75% have voted. Would you like me to share the results?
Yes, please share so that we can save time. Yeah, please
Okay.
share. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, here reflect 73%. All right, 73% are TAPA member. So I think we appreciate the TAPA member support for this particular webinar. Thank you and welcome to the webinar. All right, so I will just cover a little bit on what TAPA can offer you, because 73% are TAPA members, so you know exactly what can TAPA offer you. TAPA offer the standard TSR, FSR, GSR standard. They call it the facility security and also trucking security and the guard security. And of course, latest TAPA standard would be what we call the parking security. All right, and TAPA also offer what we call IIS. As long as you're a member, you can get what we call crime alert and incident intelligence report. So for certain countries, certain routes that have got high crime rate, you'll be able to see that. And these are all contributed by TAPA member. So you have this report. So you know when you do shipment and so on, you know which area to look out for. And of course, number three, latest industry trend and insight. This is actually quite important. All right, we have what we call the TAPA Resilient News event, webinar, podcast, and today's event is one of the trends and insight which TAPA member can join in. And last but not least, partnering and networking. All right, TAPA members will enjoy a lot of networking with various NGO. For example, the pharmaceutical security industry, for example, we have a network with them. All right, so very good. Okay, this is what TAPA can offer members. If you're not a member, you can sign on as a member. All right. Okay, the TAPA standard. If you look at the TAPA standard, this is the FSR, Facility Security Requirement 2020. All right, the standards talk about perimeter. All right, outside walls, office, warehouse, inside warehouse, security system, training procedure, and workforce integrity. And inside the FSR standard, if you go to our website, you will be able to see some of the standard. It also includes the latest what we call an enhanced option, which is the IT and cybersecurity threat. This enhanced option meaning it's not compulsory, all right, but it's a voluntary one, a requirement for those people who want to opt for this IT and cybersecurity threat. All right, so this is just a very brief introduction of the TAPA security standard. All right, and we hope all right, in the dialogue later. We spend more time in the dialogue, all right? We spend more time in the dialogue, and we hope that we can answer some of your questions and queries. And the aim is, of course, to elevate the supply chain security in your company and achieve the standard which you require. All right. So without much ado, I've completed my introduction, and now I will let Michael to take over. Michael, it's all yours.
Thank you, Roger. Good afternoon, audience. Welcome to the webinar. It's a pleasure to introduce you the company profile and what we are doing in APCA and what we're going to do and work together with our partner Autotoll in the Industrial 4.0 technologies. So prior to that, let me introduce our company profile first to every one of you. Okay, who are we? APCA is a consultancy firm. We are offering advisory assistance and administer the regulatory certification to all our stakeholders in the logistic industry in Asia Pacific region, Europe, and North America. So our team member has accumulated experience in the aviation security industry and process with a high degree of integrity and performance. So we are dedicated to provide pioneer exemplary to provide professional services to all the stakeholders, and our observation on the aviation security will be disseminated to all members and of APCA, and we are providing APSEC consultancy, station management, security solutions, and K-line deployments to our customers. So that this is the slogan of our company. So we don't follow the trends, and instead we create them. So below is our core services of APCA. You can see we are providing service to the entire supply chain, from shipper, manufacturer, buyer, to freight forwarder, logistics service provider, and airlines as well. For the shipper, manufacturers, and the buyers, we are providing KC3 services, US CT pass services, TAPA, FSL, TSL services, and Hong Kong CAD verified non-consignor advisory services to all the customers. For the customer in freight forwarders and logistics service provider segment, we are providing the advisory of the UK EU RA3 service, US CTPAT, US APSEC program, IATA cargo agent program, TAPA FSL TSL 2017 and 2020 versions, ISO 9001, ISO 28001, and Hong Kong CAD regulated agent regime and remote air cargo service screening facilities. Also, Hong Kong Customs and Excise Department AEO services, carrier aviation security program, and also assisting our customer to compile the DG incident report and submit to the authorities. For the airlines, we are providing ISAGO and IOSA pre-audit consulting services. So the peripheral service is also important to a customer, particularly on all the sites that they need to buy or purchase insurance. So you can see that we are providing almost identical insurance services to shippers, manufacturer, buyer, and freight forwarders, as well as the logistics service provider. The only differences is we are arranging a cargo liability insurance for shipper, manufacturer, and buyer, while we are providing forwarder liability insurance to the freight forwarders and logistics service provider. And the remaining insurance are relatively the same, such as fidelity guarantee insurance, the government funding service for Hong Kong. We are also providing accounting services, company secretary service, and taxation service. But unfortunately, this service is only available in Hong Kong. And for the airline segment, we are providing the airline with the station management services, airline representation services, and we are also able to help our partner to source for aircraft charter or ACMI leasing. So in a dynamic business environment, we cannot win the world, so that we need to work with partners. And then the below are all of our collaborating partners. Our philosophy is not simply referring to our client. We also work together. We find that we have synergy if we work together and provide tailor-made service to all our customers. So you can see from the logo, our partner is included Autotoll, that is going to introduce afterwards. We are going to elaborate more. MSA Security as well, we're going to elaborate more. LTK is providing training services, including TAPA training, DG training, DGR training, and some of the regulatory training. And Aztec is providing the security system. ProtectMan is providing the brand protection, and Reliance is for the accounting services. So let me introduce MSA Security. This is a company registered in United States of America, and their strength is to provide US TSA approved K9 for the explosive detection. And in the other hand, the hot topic is lithium battery detection. So they have two kinds of K9 that they can sniff either explosive or lithium battery in a warehouse, and the speed is quite efficient in compared to the X-ray. And we find the reliability is higher than the X-ray screener. And also the SmartTech X-ray screening system. This is monitored by 24/7 an FBI trained bomb expert in New York. So whenever you have a problem, you trigger the alarm, they will see the image from the X-ray, you will see whether the object you feel suspect is really harmful or not. And then is Autotoll. So it's IoT security on the cargo security on both facility and secure transportation. So this cargo security system, we're going to elaborate more when Alfred is taking up the presentation. So before I end the presentation, I'm going to introduce a bit about Autotoll. So Autotoll is established in 1998. So at the very beginning, they are providing electronic tolls collection service in Hong Kong, and then they're the sole provider of the electronic tolls collection service in Hong Kong. And later, they have developed the intelligent transport and logistic management solution from 2004, and their business is further expanded into main China in March 2009. And I'm going to pass my presentation to my partner, Ryan, so he'll be elaborate more on the Industry 4.0. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, everyone. This is Ryan. Thank you for Michael for the introduction for our company APCA. And actually, APCA in APCA, Michael just mentioned about we don't follow trend, we create them, and that's why we also don't wait for the answer. We create them. That's why we have the seminar here. We collaborate with Autotoll since last year because of the transportation security in Hong Kong situations for the air cargo. We joined force to develop a new secure net from the digitalize the net, and APCA unlearning capability bring us what they bring us is that actually as a buyer you may buy some the vendor, but actually it's not the same as you expect. That's why we have TAPA, maybe, and also other ISO security standard to ensure the customer to get the same quality of service delivered. For the industry revolutions, I briefly to introduce. The first one is the Industry 1.0. This is made by to put the manufacturing using the machine. And the second one is the Industry 2.0, which you may see in the modern times. Charlie Chaplin is in a manufacturing line. And the Industry 3.0 is for the automation using computer and all other electronics. And it's come to Industry 4.0 now. We actually use to digitalize all the information on our control your factory on your app. It's digitalized the process of the industry three sectors to integrate digitalization, to connect all the information within in the supply chain, including the raw material, the machine, and also the final product. And also the data from the manufacturing will go back to make a big data analysis and to achieve higher efficiency of the manufacturing. So where is the missing link in supply chain in the industry 4.0? As the pools tell us, it is an important part of the manufacturing. Actually, the LSP can provide more information to the manufacturer by optimizing their stock and store level to improve the traceability of the goods. But nowadays, the most common that the communication channel by using maybe connect the WMS through the API, or maybe sometimes you just through the email, maybe through the Excel, or maybe by the phone. And in the pool also said the audience is worried about the LSP to compromise. Well, this is yes. Actually, when after you give the cargo or the goods to the LSP, actually you're giving them the lock and the keys at the same time. So what brings us here? What is our initiative? I would like here to share a video to you. Sorry, it's a report to you first. The robbery and theft on high value cargo 2002 and the second quarter is information by Hong Kong Police Force. We extract only 4 of them from there. You can see that there is 3 of them is theft during delivery and 1 from the premises. And you see the highlight in blue one, they find the cargo bag, well, actually is done by internal staff. Okay. So next one, we will show you a video. On the right hand side, you can see 2 men. The 2 men is Robert to. This video is catch on by WAN camera in Hong Kong, Kwun Tong at October. You can see that the tail lift is off, and the guy seems it's the first time to open the tailgate. Okay, finally he opened it in 1 minute. After 1 minute, and you find a trolley right in front of the door. So if your traffic controller, you get a traffic controller and GPS in your car. So what your traffic controller will see, this is a normal stop, just a normal stop. They just stop in the cargo should be delivered, or the staff just picking up cargo. But at the same time, there is something happen that the traffic controller can't see. Okay, so before I go on, I would like to make a digression here on the theft insurance. If all of you got insurance there, theft insurance, cargo liability insurance, freight forwarder liability insurance, so on, try to check your exclusion. Is the case we just saw is commit with the internal staff for their dishonesty, something like that, the insurance company will not pay for you. Okay, you have to go for the fidelity guarantee insurance. This is to cover the fault and the dishonesty of your staff. So you better check. Otherwise, after you buy the insurance, you cannot get the claim. So people said evolving is expensive. So we just take the example from the 4 case as an example. The loss per case is 37,000 US, and assume there is a low insurance coverage, or anyway you can't retrieve from the insurance. You have to pay for the customer, and the revenue for each delivery is $1,000, and the profit ratio is 10%. You can do math by yourself. You just do one shipment, and you have to get new business to repay that for $370,000 to repay that loss. Okay, so will you spend this money into your device to do better job in the security or in other coverage of your business? That's why we and Autotoll to develop a new information to digitalize the supply for the transportation is in advance to bring the LSP both the information transparency to manufacturer and the buyer, and also as IoT security to your assets. So next, we will pass to Alfred to describe our information.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm Alfred from Autotoll, and I'm from the Department of Telematics in Autotoll. We are focused on develop some ICT solution for logistic industry. For this time, we will focus on the cargo security. Let me show you something related to our, yes, this one. We mainly provide the solution with the online transportation management system, which checking the vehicle status and all the information collected from the vehicle and the job order. Our service included a web-based platform, mobile application, GPS, and Beidou GIS system. We also developed a customization solution for our customer, just like the e-cargo solution that I'm going to introduce in the latest part. And we have committed continuous development on the technology solution. Just Michael has mentioned, we have developed our solution from 2006. Since that, we have committed in this industry for a very long time. For our current service, including the real-time vehicle monitoring I just mentioned, and also the 24/7 alert monitoring service. And the key of today's presentation about the secure transport, also with job dispatch and driver monitoring system, ADAS. This is the user interface that we provide on the TMS, Transportation Management System. Also, with the we also have the web-based and the mobile application interface to fit for different user and different occasion. Regarding to the job order dispatch and electronic proof of delivery, we focus on providing the app for the outdoor crew to update the information and keep the back office to monitor the whole the big picture of the progress of job order dispatch and all the information they have to check. I will go to the key of the presentation today is the e-security solution and the story how we will develop why and how we will develop e-security solution. Just like Brian has mentioned. The story is about the Hong Kong airport. They have to follow the international new standard to have screen the cargo with 100%. However, Hong Kong airport is very busy and of limited capacity. So they have to divert the workload from the airport to the warehouse. When this process has to be done, there is some problem. That is the need of the secure transport to transport the cargo from the warehouse to the airport premises. They have to use some kind of security measure to prevent the tamper from doing the transportation. That's why we developed the e-security solution for them. Our solution provides accurate alert to all the stakeholders and we reduce the workload for checking. as you can see, our solutions apply in the S3 part during transportation to the airport. I will talk more in the later slide. Our solution include two parts. Of course, one of key part is the integrated information online system. We developed the system to share the information with high transparency and high data integrity to all the stakeholders in this change, including the authority, the civil aviation department, and the cargo terminal operator, shipper, forwarder, and drivers. They can access the information and receive the alert in real time on this platform. In this platform, how we can build this platform, we developed the hardware of ELOC and ELAT. The rationale of developing this ELOC and ELAT is going to develop a solution with the minimum change of the existing operation to let the operator and let the user in this cargo security and industry with minimal changes. And this application can shoot for many applications and provide active alert to with high accuracy. And also, unlike the traditional security method with the ordinary net, we use the security tools which can be used, which is reusable. So this is better for the environment. For the ELOC, as you can see in Ryan's video, our ELOC can use to seal the door and give the security update in the real time to prevent such theft from the vehicles during the transportation. And then, using by the same ELOC, the ELOC can use connect to our new invention of the ENet to cover the cargo, ULD, or small pieces of goods to protect the cargo with security and high accuracy alerts, just by the simple and easy procedure. Cover with the ELAT, fast the security belt, just like we showed in the picture. Just like you put the belt on your trousers and bucket, fasten it. Seal the ELOC with the terminal and the ELAT. Then the ELAT will start to monitor the status and alert for you. If anything happen on your GPS or the tampering and disconnect from the LoRa signal, the ELOC will send the real-time signal to the system through the 4G network, and you will receive the alert from your mobile application and the platform. And also, apart from I mentioned in the previous slide, our ELOC security solution can also apply on creating a temporary restricted area for valuable goods. And just like you see it in the slide, if we find our ELOC detect the cargo was moved from the selected area or outside the area, they will trigger the alert. Then it can provide just like a temporary geofencing to protect your temporary and flexible geofencing to protect your valuable goods for avoiding from the unauthorized remove of goods from the theft. Hopefully, our solution can help our customer to save the cost and enhance the current logistic flow. And with the information sharing in real time, and easy to stop with the advantage, can enhance the operation and reduce the cost. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Alfred. Now we have come to the Q&A segment. Yeah, Alfred, we actually have received 2 questions from the ground. The first question is from Fabrice Mati. She wanted to ask whether the e-security solution is also applicable in mainland China.
Yes, of course. We have the branch company in mainland China, and our solution also provide in mainland China. So if you're interested in use our solution in mainland China, we can provide that kind of service in mainland China.
Thank you, Alfred. Another question will be from James. James Chen asked if the carrier will actually request the ENet device to be declared as cargo.
No. The ENet is required by the carrier in Hong Kong because we have the remote cargo facilities authorized or certified by the regulatory authority, and we have to provide means of security transport from the warehouse to the airport. So ENET is a kind of protection of the cargo from the warehouse to the airport when they arrive at the airport, and when the acceptance staff sees that the net is not being tampered, which means that it is secure, then the trucker can remove the net and tender the cargo to the airlines. So we can take back the cargo ENET back to the warehouse for reuse.
Sure, thank you, Michael. How about for other airports besides the Hong Kong airport?
I think we're going to get the endorsement from the authority by using this mechanism, because different government has different measures on the security transportation. But we are confident that we are able to get the certification from the authority on using this device at the security transportations.
Sure, that's great. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Alfred, we have another question from Randolph. Is the e-log and the card reader specially encrypted? And what are the chances of it being
Of course,
hacked?
the RFID card is encrypted. We use the MyFair card, which with encryption to identify the key to lock and unlock. Also, we can control the status and remote through the platform to unlock and lock the e-log.
Sure, thank you. Is there a system or a backup so that it's being protected by hackers?
Yes, the RFID card is encrypted for the e-log. Yes, if the chance of being hacked is is quite unlikely. We use the same standard, just like we use MyFair RFID card, the same standard we use in Taiwan transportation, the payment system. Yeah, so it's unlikely to being hacked on this security device. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Maybe one question. Under the TAPA standard, right? Under the TAPA standard, can you guys hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Under the
Roger.
TAPA standard, they have what we call the high value cage. Under the TAPA standard, under high value cage, if you talk about high value cage, there's a requirement for high value cage under the TAPA standard, which says that that the high value cage must be able to store a minimum of 6 cubic meters of product. So you have a high value cage, right? You have to have at least 6 cubic meters to store your very precious high value commodity. All right. And how can this ENET, be used instead of having built a cage? The cage is fixed, and sometimes you have got very big amount of high value product, then your cage become too small. You build another cage, right? How do you think your ENET can be used to help to satisfy the standard of high value cage in the TAPA standard FSR? Any
Actually, we are using lower technology inside the warehouse, and well, this is for the how high frequency we set to the size of the area that we want to monitor. And once the cargo move out from the secured area, then it will trigger the alarm instantly. Or actually, we can connect with the CCTV camera to spot to the cargo that being moved. So we will load instantly when the cargo is moving unpredictably.
Okay. So what you're saying is this: once you have the ENET already in place, right, and the ENET will cover up the valuable cargo, right?
Yes.
Anybody who try to move the cargo, it will send an alarm to the system, right?
Yeah.
Or anybody, how about if somebody cut the net? Use a sharp thing to cut the net.
It also trigger the alarm.
So all the net is actually like electronic wire, electronic sheet. So anybody who click the net, it will send an alarm straight away. And at the same time, anybody who click the who do anything to the net, your CCTV will be activated to capture the happening, right? So that you can know who is the culprit who's going near to the valuable cargo. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And actually, the current system is also can use in a trailer truck. Then the lower sensor is one put in the trunk, and the other one is put in the driving cabinet. Once this is disattached with a distance, then they will trigger the alarm instantly.
Oh, so what you're saying is this: the driver is the main the driver and the truck, the container part, the container is behind, right?
Yeah.
So what you're
Yep.
saying is there's a link between the driver and the truck and the back, the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So if the driver leaves the place too long, it will send an alarm. Is that what you mean?
No. It's in the driving cabinet.
In the driving compartment. In the
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
compartment.
Yeah.
Compartment.
So the net can extend to the driving compartment. Is that what you mean?
No, the net, the ENET will connect to the driving compartment, the device on driving compartment through LoRa. If the LoRa disconnected, then the alarm will be sound and trigger to the
okay.
server.
So what is the significance? What is the advantage of this? What does this? What security does that help? What's the help?
Yeah, as some LSP will emphasize that they install GPS in the trailer, right?
Yes.
But it didn't mention in the container. What happened is the container, the trailer is still running in the track, but the container is missing already.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is why this is a pair of the security system.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So actually, ENET can use in the warehouse and also outside the warehouse until to go to your destination
with one single device.
Okay. And this ENET can be recycled. That means you can use again, right? The next time.
Yes,
so,
of course.
What kind of budget is a typical ENET? A size. You're talking about US 5,000, US 1,000, US 300. What kind of rough between.
Well, okay. Well, actually, for the we currently working on the Air Pilot Q7. Is the ENET price will around maybe $300 to $400 US.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you have to put the LoRa system in your warehouse, there will another installation fee, something like $3,000 to $4,000 only.
Okay. So the signal, if somebody go near and try to cut the ENET or whatever, the signal go to which server? Which who store the information?
By Autotoll system. By Autotoll system. You can you monitor all the thing on the internet.
So it's all by your server, by Autotoll server, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you monitor. And does the customer need to pay a subscription fee because you need to have server and so on? What kind of subscription fee rate you are talking about every year? About 100, 200? What range? Example.
It's I think it's maybe a lunch price for a month.
Okay. Understand.
Hi Ryan, we have a few questions if the service is available in Singapore Airport Terminal.
Well, this is actually for international services.
International. Okay, that's great.
Yes.
And we have another question on asking about the material from which the ENET is made from.
Wow, this is a trade secret.
Okay, so no worries. Sorry, Randolph, we can't share this. Oh, sorry. And this is actually asking about Saigon Airport, but it also is available there as well.
Yeah, well, we are talking about Industry 4.0. Actually, we monitor and we do business all over the internet. So anywhere we can do it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Actually, this is by GSM. As LTE, and also for the GPS and also LoRa.
Yeah.
So we just for the LoRa, we just in prime for the receiver. Then this is okay. And GSM, I think all around the world they got LTE, right?
Most of them.
Yeah, and then we got most of the GPS from the Earth.
Yeah. One question. The participant asked about Saigon Airport. The participant asked about Singapore Airport, right? When you do this ENET, do you need to have the Singapore government or the Vietnam government to approve this before you can apply this, or
Yes, of
no
course.
need government, no need government application? What is your take? What's your advice?
I think something like, maybe I take an example in China. All the mobile device have to go through the go through the board. But if we want to do business there, we will solve those problems.
So
So
if you want to,
technically, we can do this. Then the other one, the other side is some maybe document works. Then we will handle it.
so what you're saying is this: assuming if any of the participants want to implement it in Saigon Airport or in Singapore Airport, you need to apply for approval. Yeah, especially
Yeah, of course. Yes.
after, but the approval will not be so difficult because this is quite a standard equipment. Am I right?
Right.
Right. And the approval, once approved, then you can apply this at the airport. And does the airport must recognize this as the standard or not necessary?
Yeah.
The airport authority, must they recognize the ENET as a standard, or it's up to the shipper? That's my question.
Oh, okay. I think if for the security transportation between the warehouse and the airport vicinity, it needs to be approved by the authorities that this is a kind of recognized security transportation by applying the ENETs. But of course, if you want simply protecting on the commercial perspective, so the commercial organization can certify themselves, if not within the city area or within the business area. So I think we have to demarcate the usage first, and then we need to know whether we need the authority approval.
Okay. So what you're saying is this: as long as you do it, if I got a warehouse in the east part of Singapore, shipping to another west part of Singapore, internal one, then it's okay.
You're right. You don't need a government approval.
Yeah. But if I want to ship to the airport, then I need the airport authority to approve first before I go in.
You're right. Because it's a means of security transportation approved by the authority.
Okay. So in the Hong Kong, in Hong Kong, it's already approved by the Hong Kong Airport Authority. Am I right?
Not
in
yet.
Hong Kong.
In process.
In process. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
But just some information that we are going to apply for the certification in USA as well.
In all the state or just one state pilot?
All the states, nationwide.
Okay. Any more question for the participants, Samantha?
Yeah, sorry, Alfred, will you be able to share how the employees are actually going to install the ENET without any special gloves?
No, the use of the ENET is just like use the common ordinary net that you will cover to the cargo. That is nothing special to require to use the apply the net on the cargo. So or do I misunderstanding the meaning of the protective cargo glove to protect the employee the safety of using the ENET? Is that what the audience means?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think what the audience means is this: if you assume that the ENET is like a fishing net, right? Fishing net. If otherwise your hand got to wear special glove. Special glove to protect your hand to get cut and so on. Participants worry about the net where you hold the net. Will it get cut? Your hand get cut.
No.
Oh, okay.
We have done several times of trial and demonstrations that when the ENET, the material is covered by some protection material, that you won't cut your fingers. So when we put on the belt and then we'll hook up with the E-lock, which means in a way we call it electrify the whole net. So when you have temper it or cut any part of the net, which means that the whole electrified system is being broken because you have a hole that the net will not have full electric to provide. So that it trigger an alarm that your net is being tempered. Or if the lock is being loosed, which means that somebody has tempered the lock, not the lead, then it's also giving you a warning signal that someone is going to temper the cargo.
Okay.
So this is how it works.
Okay. One question. For example, when our audience, in the TSR and the FSR arena, if they employ what you call e-seal, electronic seal, not the plastic, electronic seal, people can buy the electronic seal anywhere and then they program it, right? They program it become the
You are
eSIM,
right.
right? Now for the
You are right.
ENET, yeah, the ENET you're talking about, are there many people who supply ENET and you do the program, or in the world only Autotoll possess the ENET? Nobody else got the ENET. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, actually, we have the international patent.
So right now in the whole world, the ENET is only Autotoll technology. Nobody else have
Yes.
the ENET. For example, e-seal, electronic seal, to lock the cargo. Anywhere I can buy electronic seal. I need to program, that's all. But ENET, I cannot buy no other ENET except Autotoll ENET. Am I right to say that?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
I got it. We have
Sure.
2 more. Yep, we have 2 more minutes. Any maybe we can get another 1 or 2 question more, and we can close the session, Samantha.
Yes. Currently, we do not have any questions from the ground. May I request for the attendees, if you have any questions, please key in the chat box. Sure.
Yep, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You do
Oh,
your conclusion,
okay.
comment, and so on. Yeah, go
Sure,
ahead.
thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on this webinar. If you have any questions and feedback, please feel free to contact TAPA at info@tapa.org. We look forward to seeing you in our next webinar. Thank you and goodbye.